Hello and welcome to video number 4 on trigonometry. In this video, I have a triangle with the following information. I know the acute angle is 29 degrees, and what I want to do is label my triangle appropriately. So the first thing I notice is that I have the hypotenuse. That is the side across from the right angle. So I'm going to label this hype. And I also have the side next to the 29 degrees. That is my adjacent side. Notice I do not have the opposite side, so I'm going to leave that blank to make this easy. My next step is I'm going to just circle the information that I have. I have adjacent and I have hypotenuse. So I want to look for which of the three formulas contains adjacent and hypotenuse, and that's the one I will use to solve for x. Is it this one? Nope. Number 2? Looks like it is. Adjacent over hypotenuse appear in this formula. Notice I cannot use formula 3 because formula 3 does not contain hypotenuse. So let's use formula number 2 and carefully plug in. So cosine of theta is the cosine of the angle given. So I'm going to write cosine of 29 degrees over 1 equals adjacent, in this case my adjacent side is 6, over hypotenuse, which is x, okay? Now, like every problem, I'm going to cross multiply. X times the cosine of 29 degrees equals 1 times 6, which is 6. Now, my job is to solve for x. I need to undo the operation happening to x. Since x is being multiplied by the cosine of 29 degrees, to undo multiplication, I divide by the cosine of 29 degrees, and I need to do that to both sides, okay? So what I have is that the cosine of 29 cancels with the cosine of 29. I now have x by itself, okay? And I know that x is equal to 6 divided by the cosine of 29. So I'm going to come to my calculator and type in 6 divided by the cosine of 29 degrees, and that's going to equal 6.86. And again, I don't care how you round. And again, if you don't have a scientific calculator, you can look for one on your computer. I know your cell phone also can do these calculations. Okay, let's do one more example. All right, I'm going to actually just sort of turn the page like this. And let's try another example. All right, so let's pretend you're given the following. So I'm gonna have the angle down here. This is 53 degrees. This is x, and this is, 14. So let's pretend this is my problem, and the question said solve for x. So again, my first step, I'm gonna label what I have. Notice I do not have information on the hypotenuse, so I'm going to leave that blank. But x is my adjacent side. It is next to the 53-degree angle. And 14 is across from the 53. That is my opposite side. So I have the opposite and I have the adjacent. Which formula makes sense to use? Well, if I look very carefully, the only formula that contains opposite and adjacent is formula 3. So let's fill that in. I have the tangent of 53 degrees over 1 equals opposite 14 over x. Now cross multiplying again. X times the tangent of 53 is x times the tangent of 53. 1 times 14 is 14. Again, I need to solve for x. X is being multiplied by the tangent of 53. To undo multiplication, I divide by the tangent of 53 on both sides of the equation. Remember, equations are balanced. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Crossing that out, x is equal to 14 divided by the tangent of 53. Tangent of 53. Again, make sure you're in degree mode, and you get 10.55. So x is equal to 10.55. I will see you in the next video.